Hello, you chilling cheese thieves. It's time for turn number 48 of my all Warhammer Nations Dominion 5 game. I'm playing as Skavenblight. We have claimed the Throne of Fire. It's a nice throne to have. We talked about it the previous turn. It gives me an attack bonus and some more fire gems and the like. We have a very strange event here. Our Quickar Scout was mentally attacked by an enemy mage, so I think that's a mind hunt that has gone off in Ogre territory. If you go to the province, it's just in the middle of Ogre territory. I really don't understand what that was about. Very strange. Sorry about that small problem with my headset. We've got multiple castings of Auspex. No new magic fight sound there. Haruspex. No sights. Another Auspex. Nope. Another Auspex. Nope. So Auspex is the air one and Haruspex is the nature one. We're not finding anything. Nothing found here. Magic sight searching manually. That's a shame. Bit of a bad turn for that. Getting some blood slaves. We've got an assassination. This is our underwater battle, so it's our nice luxury spectral mage assassin, and he is fighting a Triton commander who is, outstats him considerably, but he's not going to get past his protection and ethereality and so on, and he's not going to get past the fear either, I imagine, or the chill aura. See what happens to him. Morale 6. Okay, the fear is tearing his morale to pieces, and he is going to run very soon. Yep, he runs. So we win because it's an assassination. He just dies if he runs away. So that's one of their commanders gone. Hopefully there's not that many. We'll just pick through them and then eventually we'll just take the province. All the troops will run away. Lizardmen attacked Slaanesh in Seftia. This is one of their raiding squads. A little group of a Night Scale and a little group of Huan Chi. They kind of look like Geiger's aliens, the designs of these guys. They're very cool. And it's just province defense, so this should be a doddle for the Lizardmen to take with their sacred troops. Go. Be interesting to see how Slaanesh respond to this, but this is the kind of deep raiding that I don't particularly like doing because you don't really draw income and things from it. It's just to annoy the enemy. But Lizardmen seem to like doing that. I think they're trying to pick off temples or something. I'm not quite sure. A battle in Dragon Point between Lizardmen and us. This is a weird one where they just sent one troop, a Bloodscale of Sotek. I guess he was a spare commander they had, and they just sent him to deal with our province defense. But just one commander. I guess they were expecting one province defense, but that is not enough to beat these troops, I think. He's not equipped with anything, even though he's got fear. He's blessed, he just gets killed by a lance. So, well, we're not breaking the peace treaty at all there. That's just them not taking something when it's got very little province defense in it. Then we see that Slaanesh has attacked in Nehekhara. That was the Tomb King's capital that was taken earlier on by the Lizardmen. So they've attacked with a couple of Horde from Hell castings. They've got Devil's Leading Imps, and then they've got their infantry, the Marauder Hellstriders, and they are coming up against just province defense, so this shouldn't be a problem for them. Let's just fast forward through this. Yeah, in they go. They'll probably lose some imps, I guess, but the battle's going to be over pretty quick. Did they lose any imps? 5 imps lost. But that's a capital they've just taken, so that's a big chunk of income. Basically, Slaanesh is extremely winning this war. Lizardmen are being very passive, which is just like they were when I was fighting them. But yeah, I'm not sure. I was hoping to see Lizardmen do some more damage to Slaanesh. If Slaanesh just absolutely roll over them, I think it's inevitable that I'll have to fight Slaanesh. I was kind of hoping I'd maybe be able to fight the Greenskins instead, but we'll see what happens. Battle in Cedarwood Forest as well. Another little raiding force of Slaanesh, and again, not very much in the way of province defense. Just a handful of stuff. Don't think that's going to be any use against that. So yeah, another Lizardman province down. They really are running low on provinces now. All the things we took from them are now Slaanesh is rampaging all over the place. Unexpected event in Griffin Rock. We lose a Warpstone team. We prevent a disaster because of our Grey Seer having a Fortune Teller, which is nice. And then we get an event in Chibia, minus 50% tax. I don't think Chibia is a huge province, is it? It's a decent sized province, so that's a bit unfortunate. Then we've got a battle in Wicker Woods. Now this is very sad. This is the final Tylean province. This is all they had left. And it gets attacked by a big chunk of bandits led by Rod the Longbowman. Very weird. And yeah, his little bandits, I guess that's Robin Hood and his merry men. And they're attacking the final Tilean province, which has just got the dregs of them in. They'd gone AI a while ago. And yeah, it's obviously an extreme mismatch. A lot of pointless archer dueling there for a bit. They can't get past the shields on those wolf riders. This is a very silly way for Tilea to die. An independent attack and then the ultimate silly battle where they just fire arrows back and forth at each other. And that's the end of Tilea. That is an extremely ignominious defeat. And they're out of the game now. So I will cross them off on the thumbnail. Got a bunch of scouts, bunch of patrolling. Here we go. Roland the Headless Crossbowman, God of Tilea, permanently vanquished. Well, I didn't see a lot of Tylea's battles. I know that they got taken apart by the Ogres, and I think Slaanesh and Ogres basically attacked them, and they just lost a very big fight. We saw a lot of their mages die, and then they died off. So pour one out for Tilea. They are gone for good. And there's not, that's a significant number of the nations now gone. I think that's 4 now defeated. I know also that High Elves have gone AI now. They were making a kind of a last stand against the Orcs and Goblins, and I guess they either lost their last stand or they got bored waiting for it. So the High Elves are now gone. If we zoom over to where the Orcs and Goblins are, I believe the High Elves were here. I'm not quite sure. Ulthuan, yeah, that was their capital, and maybe that's now gone. I'm not sure, but the Orcs have certainly swarmed all over it. So the Orcs might be free up, no wars or anything, and potentially I'll be fighting them, but I don't know. They're kind of the one that I wanted to have a fight with, but instead of Slaanesh, because I thought Slaanesh would be harder. But if Slaanesh are just going to completely roll the Lizardmen, then we will have to just do something about that. So you can see Slaanesh has conquered multiple Lizardmen provinces. They've gone after Nehekhara. They still haven't taken on these big ones. I haven't seen a big fight, but they've sieged Jome, of course. And the Lizardmen still have this core of stuff left, but it's increasingly not very much. I'm also surprised that this army has just not moved south at all to hit these Slaanesh provinces. They've got a big presence here. They certainly could move out and hit those, but they're just playing in a very passive way. Not entirely sure why. Maybe they don't really have enough time to spend doing complicated turns. I had to spend quite a while doing this turn. A big part of it is just moving all my assassins around, and I don't have anything for them to do at the moment, so they're just milling around in Slaanesh and various other territories. Yeah, but don't have anything for them to do, and the rest of my troops are just kind of hanging around. It's not a great position to be in because while peace can be nice, I've just got so much stuff that I'm not really using to its full potential. Doing a lot of research, getting some blood sacrificing going. My blood economy is going quite well. You can see I've got quite a big reservoir of blood slaves now, but I do want that to be bigger. I'm just going to hit any province that's sufficiently large. I'm just going to have blood hunting going on in it. Speaking of which, that one could use another blood hunter. Have we got someone spare who can do that? Got Phil Fangs. He was headed down here. I can just send him over there. Have a bit more blood hunting going on in Northangs. Forging wise, and casting wise, we're not doing very much this turn. I'm waiting to get my Cocktheads going, and I want to get a high death caster down here. So I've got Skritter moving down. He's going to be my death caster. He can get to death 4. I might move my god down here as well, in case I want to cast something that's, big blood or... Well, big blood's not going to get the conjuration discount, but big earth could. So I think I might just move my god down there to hang out there for the time being, and they can also help defend the province against anything surprising. But I am building a palisades there, so it's going to be forted pretty soon. Elsewhere, yeah, more blood sacrifice going on. Doing a bit of research and the like. I probably will move in Gutter Claws over here in case I want some more just death casters to do stuff in Conjuration. Really should be getting casting the things with these death gems. Research wise, we're still going on Conjuration. We're going to have that next turn. And once we've got that, what will we be casting? Well, we could cast up. We can get to death 4, so we can't quite cast a Wraithlord, but we can cast a Mound Fiend and then use him to potentially do some more things in death, I think. Harvester of Sorrows we could cast. He's a pretty horrible thing to just send off and bother other people, so we could do that and send him off to bother people. 20% discount makes these just very attractive options. We could get some Catoblepas. I've never really used them. They could be interesting. We could get an Asp Turtle. That might be, I think you can do that underwater. Yeah, you can. Yeah, so a few things. I'm also sending a Nature Mage down because I could potentially get Forest Troll Tribe, which comes with a Troll Shaman. I'm not sure if that's worth doing, but I've never cast Forest Troll Tribe, so it might be something interesting to do just for people to see. I could summon up some spectres and things down there. Lots I can do. I'm kind of at a loss of what to do now, which is a position I hate to be in. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for peace. I was expecting the Lizardmen to do a bit more against Slaanesh. Maybe I could have been more successful just holding this stuff and taking more things. I don't know. Kind of waiting to see what will happen in our next war, and just doing a bit of kind of admin and infrastructure stuff. You can see there I'm moving the Nature Mage down. They'll be there soon. Underwater, we're moving to take another province. We're a bit gold strapped. I'm having to stop recruiting basically troops and mages at the moment, which isn't great, but that's life. We do have significant numbers of mages and things. We don't really need more. I'm forging another bloodstone. I'm forging some more winged boots. I'm using some winged boots to move a mage Orivard down here to do a bit of air searching via Auspex down here. And I believe I've kind of Auspexed all of this stuff up here. I've already searched it all more or less. Yeah, might have to distribute things around a bit more to get some more searches going, doing some searching over here. I don't know, not a huge amount going on, so I think what I'll do is I'll leave the turn here and we can see if some slightly more interesting things are happening next turn. But thanks for watching, see you next turn. Hello, it's turn number 49, a little bit of a quick one tonight because I've got a little bit of a headache, so let's get on with it. So let's go through the messages first. We've got Conjuration up to level 7, and we'll be researching Construction level 7 next. Conjuration at level 7 opens up a few things for us, which we'll look at in a moment. We cast Mix 1,000 Boxes. So if you'll recall, this gives us this commander here. Skrolk is the name of the Plague Priest, and he is on the Cauldron of 1,000 Boxes. So this automatically casts Foul Vapors at the start of the battle. It was also a Dominion spreader. Yeah, so casting Foul Vapors is the main thing, but it does give me another H3. It gives me Dominion spread, so there's not a reason to wait to cast this. If I can afford it and I know that I'm going to want it at some point, I should cast it earlier to get the Dominion spread, so that's what I'm doing. And then it gives me some OK magic. I have forged a Ring of Returning, and I've stuck that on this commander just in case they take a hit from something, because I'm basically going to use them for a kind of Foul Vapors trap, and I'm fine with them, surviving and escaping through using the Ring of Returning, which is a nice item that just sends them home if they take any damage. So it could be quite useful. We've done some more site searching. Oh, the improved Molder Pit breeding. Let's see if we got anything good from that. Well, we got a whole lot of foul spawn, but none of the greater things. None of the cockatrices or Draco lions or anything like that. All just the basic ones. So this is all just chaff that we'll throw into battle. We've already got a lot of that as Skaven, but it's always nice to have. We did some site searching. We found a site in Griffin Rock. It is the Magma Pit. The Magma Pit is 1 fire and 1 earth gem per turn. We really do have fantastic gem income in this game, partly because of the rather overpowered warp seams that we've been having, which of course are reduced in a future version of the Skaven, but also just because we've done quite aggressive site searching and we've got pretty good gem income, pretty lucky with that really. A bit more site searching here and didn't find anything, but then plenty of blood slaves. Our blood economy is not bad at the moment. We're still building it, but we're getting quite a lot of blood slaves in, and that's why we've been able to cast things like 6,000 boxes. An assassination in the sea province that I'm taking, the little lake in fact. Much of the same, it's another Triton commander. They're not going to stand much chance against this Spectral Mage. This might be the last one, but I've got to do another assassination to find out if it is or isn't. So if I try and do an assassination this turn and it says, oh, I didn't find any suitable targets, then I'll just attack the province and take it with that mage. We see Slaanesh attacking the Lizardmen in Seftia. And we get to see that they have got Father Ill-Earth. So this is a blood summon who gives them access to good earth. They've given him basic equipment because he himself comes with a lot of regeneration, and of course he can buff himself up with his earth magic. But yeah, Black Steel Helmet and a Frostbrand, very basic equipment. But that is easily enough to deal with this raiding party, which is a little bit of province defense, and they just left their Huanchi troops there. They probably should have moved them on. They did not. So he's scripting Summon Earth Power. That's given reinvigoration. Iron Skin, so his protection's now up nice and high. And he's also doing Temper Flesh, which of course gives him resistance to Slash, Pierce and Blunt. which basically halves the damage coming at him. And then we're going to see the Huanxi come in, and they will be able to hurt him, but they won't be able to do enough damage to overcome his regeneration, and he'll just chop them up, which he does. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Slaanesh looking much more able to compete in these battles than the Lizardmen at the moment, which is, I was hoping it'd be a bit more even. I guess we'll see. Battle in Genom, this is our troll taking another underwater province. Following some advice from one of the commenters on the previous YouTube video, I've gone for summon water power before I cast more water elementals, because otherwise they like to use more gems or to stop themselves from fatiguing out. There is a bit of a problem that it leaves this big gap between the first one and the next one, the size 5 you get from the water bottle and then the size 6 he casts. And in the meantime, my trolls are going to move in. So I suspect I'm going to end up losing some trolls here, but we will win. It's enough forces to win, but trolls are on a collision course with these 6-tiered warriors, and they're probably going to get a bit chopped up. We'll just put this on fast and see. Yeah, you can see the trolls there. Well, they've got one water elemental helping them. This large water elemental then just smashes them on this side, and we win. The main thing is that we win. It's not ideal to lose a couple of sea trolls, but oh well, that's life. We get to see the orcs and goblins attacking the bandits that kills Tilea. So they've got some black orcs and things. This is kind of a resource dump for them. They've got a couple of leaders, and then they've got some indie priests just to bless these massive size 1 sacreds that they have, the Night Goblin Loons. We can see that their bless gives them air shield, which is pretty nice. And then shock resistance, poison resistance, and they've got the extra strength and precision, so they're really making the use of their special javelins. Their javelins have an ability where if they manage to do damage and pass a magic resistance check, they can enrage the thing that they've hit. We can see some of these have turned red. They're enraged and they can end up hitting themselves or other friendlies around them, so that can be quite good for just getting some extra damage in. It's really more of a flavour thing than anything, but it's kind of a fun fight, the bandits shooting at them and then just pelting them with javelins. And they're quickly routed. So they will have lost a few things there. Let's see, 3 Night Goblin Loons, okay. And then we see Lizardmen attacking Slaanesh in Welledun. I think this is them moving south from their fort. So another kind of big blob of sacred troops, but a bit more of a powerful army here than we'd seen previously. Had some chameleon skinks up front. And it's just against province defense. That's obviously a very one-sided victory for Lizardmen. Let's take a look where that was. And they've attacked us in range of light, which is one we'd agreed with, and they send in their national hero to just clear that out. It was just a little bit of province defense there. So Gwelledon was, yes, they finally moved south from their fort here to attack Slaanesh, which is kind of good news for us. We actually see another battle here, which I'll get to in a moment. So we actually had some of our sneaking assassins discovered, and this was kind of bad play on my part. I sent them into places that were being patrolled, and I ended up losing something somewhat valuable. So I'll just get to these right now. So the orcs discovered. Oh, so this was us discovering an orc scout, and then the orcs discovered sharp eyes in the caves of Mirror, which was just here. So they know we've got assassins sneaking around. They may not take that as a declaration of war or anything, but it's not a good look for us, really, diplomatically. But yeah, of course, my assassin was quickly killed. He didn't have any items. The one that hurt was I had one that did have items in Slaanesh. He had a water bottle. And yeah, it was discovered and attacked in their capital, so really not diplomatically very good for us. And also, of course, it means that we lose this nice water bottle, which is not really an item I want to be losing. But yeah, look at the forces patrolling in their capital. Strong stuff. Lots of these chosen knights, which are incredibly vicious. You can think of those once they're blessed as being, I think they might even be stronger than the Grail Knights that we were fighting at the start of the game. So very nasty. Because I think they've got a stronger bless, and they're probably a better unit to begin with, to be honest, or at least equivalent. Unexpected events. We've got Latian, another Warpstone Seam, lovely. We just want more gems. Some extra misfortune there, and in Elder Hill, a false prophet. Which is spreading Dominion, and you have to patrol this guy out. He's basically a hidden unit that just sits there kind of being a heretic and reducing your Dominion. But of course, it's in a province that I've already got lots of stuff patrolling, so we in fact did patrol him out. You can see the battle here. Here he is. He is a heretic, and he is stealthy. He summons up other annoying little heretics, I believe. But anyway, yeah, he appears, and we'll just show our forces roasting him because it's amusing. There we go. That's the messages. Discovered some enemies sneaking around and did plenty of patrolling. A bit of starvation, but we moved the troops. That was basically just we put some rats near some of the troops and they were eating all the food. And then we've got a couple of Thingbull who've entered the Hall of Fame. It's nice to have this this Bane in the Hall of Fame because we could potentially do some thugging with him, and he got legendary cruelty, which gives him I think it gives him fear. It does give him fear, yeah, which is good for the purposes of thugging him. And yeah, he's also inspirational and so on. So kind of a nice one to have with him. And I think we will thug out Korgel. Just to remind myself that I'm going to thug him out, I might give him a couple of things now. So what would be good on Thorgal? Well, he's got okay armor, but it's not the best. So maybe we'll put the marble plate on him, which is a little bit better armor, but it also gives him stone skin, so his protection skyrockets on his head and everything. You can see very high protection. We could do with giving him some reinvigoration or something, maybe. He probably isn't one that would benefit a huge amount from the regen ring. Like, I don't want to risk it on him because he's low in hit points to begin with. He's definitely not going to be thugging kind of on his own so much. Yeah, I wouldn't mind sticking like a fire shield on him maybe, and then replace his sword with a Frostbrand, but I won't do that quite yet. So I am forging a fire shield, but I'm not going to equip it right now. What I have decided, and before I was kind of dithering about who I was going to attack, what I have kind of come to a realization, which is that I'm much more likely to burn out on this game and find it difficult to take turns and keep the motivation for doing scripting and stuff if I'm at peace. I just don't like being at peace. It's fun to be at war. I also want to give people the opportunity to stop me from kind of rolling away with the game and getting into an unassailable position. Not that I think that that's happening because I'm very skillful, but I think everyone's busy and they've ignored the fact that I've grabbed quite a lot of stuff. So what I'm going to do is attack the Orcs. It's basically I was either going to attack Slaanesh or the Orcs, and I just went, well, the Orcs have finished their war. I can have a good, fun, entertaining war with them, and it might be good for people to watch. Maybe some other people will attack me. I'm not trying to organise a group attack on them or anything this time. If other people want to attack me, that's fine. So, yep, not really being too careful diplomatically. Just going to start some nice, fun battles with the Orcs is my plan. Strategically speaking, I'm going to grab this throne. So I want to get that really quick, and I'm also going to make a bid for this throne. It's possible the Dark Elves will get involved and go for this throne, I don't know, but at least we've got some an underwater route that we can get there. You can see that the Dark Elves have kind of taken all of this water, and now I so know I have to stop this expansion that I've got going on here, but it's nice to have taken this. I'm just site searching that now. I'm going to get some labs and things underwater here and bump up the PD and make sure I'm able to defend these water provinces. Because they are quite good. You know, if you look at the income that I'm getting, that's actually a fairly sizable amount of my income is increased from taking these water provinces. Very nice. So what am I doing? Well, I'm moving a lot of things back from this front where they were very busy before, but I can have them come back and do some useful stuff back here. I think there's another group I might want to move back. Filthang's big army of Council Guard, I think, should be coming home at this point. So I am going to do that. Yeah, they're relatively slow. I can't really do anything about that, but they're just going to have to... Well, I suppose I could use Gateway. Gateway is, I believe, Thaumaturgy level 5. So if I had level 5, I could use Gateway, which has a range of 6 provinces, to get this big army where I need them. That is actually very appealing because I would also have Soul Slay that I could use with my Mind Hunt. And I would also have access to Leeching Darkness, which is a pretty good death spell that could be useful against Slaanesh if I have to fight them, because they've got resistances to all of the elements and things. So yeah, what I'm going to do is take a quick diversion. So we're going after Construction level 7 and Conjuration level 8. But I think if I do Construction level 7, I'd like to get that, because I'll get that next turn. If I take a quick detour to get Thaumaturgy, for the purposes of Gateway and Soulslayer and Leeching Darkness, and then we'll go to Conjuration. What we will do is, so that's 700 plus that, yeah, so that'll take us 2 turns. Or a bit more than, no, it'll take us 2 turns. So we can leave them here and then we'll be able to gateway them. But a lot of other stuff is moving back, a lot of my mages and things, a lot of movement just generally to this part, reinforcing this part of the Empire, because I want to, in the next couple of turns, get this war started. I'm not going to do for a massive, wave of sneak attacks on them. I'm basically just going to march in and take the throne. That's the plan. Just come charging across. And yeah, I'm going to be using a fair few kind of powerful mages and things. I'll get my assassins moving in on their area so they can assist me. And I will hopefully be building some thugs and things as well. Over in the Conjuration place, I am summoning up a Mound Fiend because I have not summoned a Mound Fiend in Dominions 5. I just want to show them to you. Also, it's just a useful Deathcaster and Holy 3. And I'm also casting another Spectre because they are cheap and good, and I can have plenty of those. And next turn I should be able to summon up a Cockthead as well. I want to just summon up a variety of things because it's fun and interesting, and I can show them to you, and it's good stuff to talk about. I also just really like the summons and dominions; they're all very cool. Yeah, so lots of stuff moving over, including our Foul Vapors engine. We've also got Skrulk casting another Foul Vapors engine, so we'll have 2 of those that we can use on the Orcs, and I'm hoping that they'll do a pretty decent job just poisoning big armies. That's a thing that I want to do, some poison traps. And we've got Thanquol casting Ritual of Returning on himself. That's so that if he gets hit, he'll just teleport back to the capital. That's so that I can safely use him in battles, basically, because he is very powerful and very useful to use in those battles. So that'll be good. I'm using some flying boots and things to move stuff faster, and some boots of the messenger to move some things faster as well. Over here we'll be summoning more things next turn. We're building a temple. We are upgrading our fort over here in Feral Wood so that I can get enchantresses faster, because they're going to be pretty useful. And we're forging a charcoal shield. What else are we forging? Another lightless lantern, and I think my other forger. Where is my other forger, and what is he forging? Ah, yes, here he is. He's forging a Scutata Volturnus, which is another very nice shield. It does automatic shocking grips and things, so it's very good on big tough guys. I could potentially use it on my Pretender as well. I think it's a reasonable option for them. A thing that I might do against the Orcs, because it's not so important that I have lots of magic resistance, and I've already got the lead shield equipped, is when fighting Orcs with my Pretender, I don't need to use the Amulet of Anti-Magic as much as I need to use the Regen Rings. The Regen Ring will be coming out there, but I'm hoping that the Pretender can do a nice surprise attack on the Orcs at some point. For the moment, they're going to stay there because there's a spell that I want them to cast next turn. I'm also getting a guy prepared to cast when we get to Construction Level 7. I will immediately be casting Forge of the Ancients. That will probably trigger people to be quite angry at me, but that's fine. I welcome their anger. I welcome the salt. It'll be good fun fights we'll have. And I don't want to cast that with my god because my god's going to be active doing fights and things and might die. I'm going to cast that instead with... where is my boy who's going to cast that? He is Musket Gutterclaw. And I'm using a Warlock Engineer because he can safely hide in my capital and just not get involved in fighting at all, and therefore just keep the big expensive enchantment up the entire time. But yeah, he's got a Bloodstone and some Earth Boots, so he's got Earth 5, which is enough to cast that. I've also got my Troll moving back. He's left behind some of his Troll bodyguards in this fort because they're slow, but he's bringing a bunch of Trolls across to my capital, and yeah, just generally more stuff moving over there. So soon we'll be at war with the Orcs, and I should have some more fun battles and things to show you. For now, just kind of reinforcing my infrastructure. I've got a decent income, and yeah, enjoying casting lots of interesting summons and things. Hope you've enjoyed watching, and I will see you next time.